Good noon, world. It's coming at 12 o'clock. I just woke up. You overslept? Yeah. I was gonna wake up at like 9, 10, but I overslept. I just woke up at like close to 12. I slept for a long time, yeah. What time did you go to bed? I went to bed at like, I don't know, 11, 12. And I woke up just like now, yeah. I have my coffee, so I'm awake. Hope you guys enjoyed my show I made yesterday. Yeah. I was sick, I know. And I showed you guys in my book, but I'm not showing anymore. Enough's enough. I don't want to spoil story for you guys. When they talk about the exes, right? I'm now sick. I know my book is sick, man. It's a fucking masterpiece. Oh, I think me, Tack, and Cassius can handle something worth as bats, and Cornelius is like, these are no ordinary bats, Sir Tacitonius. They're devils. They're big and fierce. They can kill even you who's trained the art. He's like, oh, come on, we can fight them. And Cassie's like, Tass, listen to them. Tass, listen to them. The words might bring us some fair advice on our journey. I got sick, I know. Let's see. Because when Cornelius said bats, Tacitonius thought it was like an ordinary bat. You know the ordinary bats that fly? He's like, these are no ordinary bats, Tacitonius. They're big and fierce. They're devils. They can kill even you who's trained the arts. He's cocky. He's like, we can take them, you know what I'm saying? And yeah. And Cornelius is like, how many blacksmiths do you have available? You know what I'm saying, I don't know how many. I'm not sick, yeah. We need as much people able to bear arms. And that leads to the story, obviously, right? I want to spoil the story for you. And that leads into volume 3, when they journey through the mountains and they journey through the caverns, and that leads to Ephesus. I almost with the king battle mountain. That's why I wrote a masterpiece, man. And the Ephesus scene will blow your mind away. It'll blow your mind. That's why you can argue volume 3 is the best, right? It's gonna blow your mind away when you read the Ephesus scene. It blows your mind away. Yeah, I wrote a masterpiece, man. My book is sick. Yeah. There's a reason why the gates won't control my ground. It's 0. You're not destroying money. You're not touching my money, yeah. You can scare me all you want with threats. I know you're gonna dupe me if I sell. I'd rather wake up one million and have you do it, man. No way. Obviously. Well, you'll be tempted to sell Ivan when they threaten you and everything. No, because I know they're gonna destroy my life, but I'll be tempted to run off and just take my money and run off because it's scary to die, obviously. Well, I can't leave VJ, right? I know if I peace out and I live on my own, VJ stuck in Hollywood, she'll be crushed. And she become a crazy psychotic woman like Bella on the New Moon. She knows she's never gonna see me. She sees Hal, she has to shake her, and Hollywood should be crushed. And crying to me every day forever, man. Should be crushed, man, like Bella, right? VJ can't do that with me, man. I'm VJ's baby, man. Why? I'm her husband, man. That's why she cries every night, because she wants to be with me. She wants to be like, she's fucking crazy. And she wants a piece of my brain. She wants me to get out of Hollywood. She wants to be free. She doesn't want to be a dirty slave in Hollywood. Yeah, I mean, I want to be queen with you. I want to be free. I want to see the light. I love you. I want to be with you. I want to feature remind you. I want to try with you. I want to sign that's what happens. I want a piece of your blades off your book. I want to build that dream 6 ways in a house with you, because she's fucking crazy, you know what I'm saying? I want to go close shot with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's crazy, man. All the movie Last Hope For Xanus, yeah, she's crazy. She wants a piece of my blades, obviously, right? I know the 15 blade I make out of the book, she wants a piece of that. Yeah, I want a piece of Ivan's money. Yeah, she wants a piece of it. But she knows she sold out, she got duped by the gates because she's fucking stupid. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, seriously, man, is your whole book entertaining? Well, I showed you guys sections of my book many times, and every time you read it, are you entertained? Yeah, I'm entertained. Yeah, when I say my whole book is constant entertainment, I'm not lying. It's constant entertainment when you read it, man. Some sections are not as interesting as others, but they're still entertaining enough to keep you hooked. You know, I've not seen when they discuss the X. That was sick, I know. That's a sick scene, and that's right before the hostile crowd scene, which is also another sick scene I showed you guys, right? Yeah, it's constant entertainment. You're hooked turning the page. My book's a masterpiece, man. It's the best fast novel ever written. And you guys now see what I'm saying is true. I showed you sections of my book, and I think you guys now understand why my book is the best fantasy novel ever written. It's a masterpiece, man. My book. A masterpiece. My book. Really, Ivan, yeah, it's a masterpiece. Well, I told you I'm gifted. I wasn't playing around. My book is sick. Yeah, your book is sick. I was hooked reading that. That was sick, I know. How many? Yeah, you're very good at writing dialogue. Yes, I am. I told you I'm also good at writing dialogue, too, for Fantasy World. Yeah. 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 Your book is sick. Yes. And now you guys understand why when I said my book is better than J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter, J.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, Brandon Sanderson's Way of Kings, George R. Martin's Game of Thrones, Stephen Erickson's Malzahn, the late Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time. You guys don't understand why when I say my book is better than those books. You guys don't see what I'm saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Your book is fucking entertaining. Yeah, it's entertaining right over life. My book is sick, man. It's a masterpiece. Oh. My book is a masterpiece. Yeah, man. He's Ivan, I love your book. I love the hero of the I know. What is it you perceive, Father? Yeah. Is there another passage in the north? I don't know, sick. I know there is, but I cannot guarantee a safe pass. I've heard there's dwelling creatures that live there. Yeah, that's the bats, the demon bats. And he feasts the king bound mountains. Yeah. Do the Southerners know a little bit about the bats? Yeah, they know about the bats, obviously. But Lithia didn't know about the bats. Eli kept that from her. That's what she said. Oh, Eli, what are you talking about? Father, what are you talking about? And then Cornelius gives Eli that and said, yeah, there is another passage north, but I cannot guarantee a safe pass. That's why Cassius is like, okay, how many available blacksmiths do you have? We need as many men able to bear arms. That leads to that story. I won't spoil the story for you, obviously. Yeah. Because only Tactius, Tacitonis, and Cassius are training the arts. The other guys are not training the arts. And they need as much help as they can if they're going to join the cursed caverns. I'm now sick, I know. The book is sick. It's a masterpiece, man. That's why the gates won't control my brand, man. It's zero, you're not touching my money, man. Yeah, man. You're not touching my money. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All the choices will go to you. This money's mine. You're not touching it, man. You're just a greedy pig. Yeah. I'm not gonna let you take, I don't know, my $10 billion off the book while you have those choices in your bank. Are you crazy, man? That money's mine. It's not yours. Not after what you put with your life, man. I suffered throughout my life. I'm not gonna let you take my money, man. No way. I'm not gonna share with the garbage wife and have you destroy my life. No way, man. Don't hate those that, yeah. Yeah. How much are you gonna make our book, Ivan? 10 to 15, 10 to 14 to 20 billion. I might make 10, maybe 10.7 billion. He's like, how much money you make off your book? I made $10.7. You made $10.7 off your book? I'm like, yeah. But if everyone in the world buys my book, which is not gonna happen, I'll make like my 80, 90, $100 million. If everyone in the world buys it. Because my book is in English, there's only 1.35 English speaking people in the world. It narrows down to maybe 800, 700, a billion copies sold, maybe 800 million copies sold. 700 million copies sold, I make my $10.8 billion off the book. He's like, you made $10.8 billion off your book? I'm like, yeah. She's like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. Ivan, you made the right choice, man. You're brave, man. You chose to not bow to the gates, and now you get me all to yourself, fresh Ivan. And Vijay gets me all to herself, obviously. Yeah. Now, you're brave. You made the right choice, man. Now you got me at Hall. I have my freedom. I see the light. And now we control the Xanus, man. Yeah, you're welcome, Vijay. Hence why I choose to live. Because I'm the one who suffered death for you, man. Like, I cried those every tears. I suffered death for you. I'm the true one, Ivan. And I made the money for you. Oh, it's fair, Ivan. You should live. Yes, Vijay. I got you out of Hollywood. You're welcome, and you see the light, and you get me all to yourself. And we now control the Xanus brand. We control the box office for our movies. Hence what? Because of being your queen, hence I choose to live. It's fair, obviously. Everything else we talk it over, but I choose to live. It's fair. Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, it's fair. And we're living in Vancouver. I don't care where we live as long as we live. Okay, I want to live in Vancouver, Canada. I heard Vancouver is beautiful. Yeah, we will love Vancouver. Vancouver is beautiful. One of the most beautiful cities in the world. It's a beautiful city. Yeah, man, Vancouver, right? Vancouver is a very beautiful city. One of the most beautiful cities in Canada, I believe, right? It's beautiful. Yeah. I now understand why your stepmother said your book is number one. Yeah. Because when the Gates read my book, they were shocked. Holy shit, Ivan's book is fucking entertaining. It's a masterpiece. That's when my stepmother told me, yeah, Ivan, your book's number one. And Hall will be all over your story. I know. I'm not selling onto the Hollywood system. I have my own keys I have to sell to you. And my stepfather was like, how the heck can you come up with a book like that? A story like that? They were shocked. But my book's a masterpiece. Yeah, it's an amazing book, man. Yeah. What's your favorite volume, Ivan? It's a back and forth with volume 2, volume 3 for me, but I like volume 3 the best. Because that's when the story gets deep, and the plot gets deep, and that's when the story gets really, really deep. It's a dark episode of Taki's life, obviously, when you read the book, obviously. That's why it's my favorite. You can argue volume 3 is the most raw in terms of the dialogue and everything, but I mean, in my opinion, it's my favorite one. Volume 2 is a close second. And the worst for me is volume 1. Because volume 1 is just a build up of the story. But some fans might not like volume 3 because I take a totally different direction. It's a plot twist. I take a twist. There's a plot twist turn in the story. You don't expect that when you read volume 3. And some fans might like that. Yeah, I don't like how Ivan went in a different direction in volume 3 with the ancestors. But it's my favorite because that's when the story gets very deep and serious, hence why I like it the best. You can also argue volume 2 is better. It just depends on how the art hits you, obviously. And some fans might even like volume 1 the best. I love the whole thing, the life behind the walls. They might like volume 1 the best, right? Yeah. But volume 1 just a build up. Volume 2 is better than volume 1 because that's when you meet the Southerns and the story gets better. Whereas volume 1 is more the build up of the story, right? Yeah. Volume 1 is also amazing too, though. And volume 3 is amazing. Volume 2 they're all entertaining reads. But some fans might not like might not like volume 3, right? Yeah, I didn't like Volume 3 with the answers and everything. I think that kind of ruined the story. I didn't expect that. Yeah, you don't expect what happens in Volume 3 when you read my book, right? No, you do, because Taki says it's time, and I some and when you read Volume 1 all that stuff, I always mention how there's a face in the sky, demonic or good, staring and all that stuff, and it all makes sense when you read Volume 3. Yeah. Yeah, something called The Ancestors in my book. I won't spoil story for you. You don't see the answers until Volume 3. That's why it's my favorite. And the story gets deep, obviously. Yeah. Easy Ivan, I love your book. I know my book is 6 or 7. Yeah. So if everyone in the world buys my book, I'll make like my $100 billion. But it's not going to happen because the majority of the world don't speak English. The people who don't speak English are not going to buy my book. They don't understand it, right? Why would you buy a book you can't read? Only the people who speak English will buy it. And that's why I'm looking at maybe 700, 800 million copies sold, a billion copies sold. If I sell a billion copies, I'll make like my 18, 19, 20 million. I make my 800 million, I make my 14, 15, 16 billion around there. I sell 700 million, I make my 10, 11, 12, 13. I might make 10 maybe off the book. Maybe. Even if I make 10, it's still enough money for me to start skyscraping. I just have to be more careful as my money. I'll put 500 million towards my house instead of 550 million towards my house instead of 650, obviously. I'll put 300 million towards the studio lot. But I'll still fund Xanus $2 million. Me and Vijay will still have like 6 point something billion in our bank. We're still what? We still have more than money in our bank, obviously. We have to be careful how we spend our money. George, be careful how you spend your money. I mean, this is the only money you have. I know, George. You don't have to make Xanus for $2 billion. Make it for like $500 million. I'm like, no, George, I want to make it for $2 billion that way. I make an amazing movie. I don't do it. I want everything to be devils. Most of movies will be history when I adapt the story, obviously. Well, some fans like the movie better than the book, or the book better than the movie. Maybe. I highly doubt it, because for the movie, I'm bringing the world to life, and I am acting as Prince Tacitus, and so the movie will be better than the book. I'm going to tell Peter, I want the movie to be better than my book. I know I wrote a master's, but I want the movie to be even better. Okay, Ivan, and we make an amazing movie together, me and Peter, or Mel Gibson, right? Because in the book, the wolves are not that scary, obviously, because it's a book. When you read, when you adapt the movie and I bring the demonic characters to life, you're looking at walking devils and demons. They're going to be devils. They're going to be devils in the story, yeah. Walking devils and demons. That's why I wrote a masterpiece. No, Xanus will be a masterpiece, yeah. Yeah. Will the world be buzzing about your book? Oh, yeah. But you're looking at something, when the world reads my book, you're looking at something crazy for the buzz. And I read just like, holy shit, this is crazy, I know. The whole world's buzzing. Yeah, I even look at you now, you're a king and you're a famous author. Yeah, the whole world's buzzing about my book, obviously. And a lot of fans are going to ask me for pictures. Oh, can I have a picture with you? Can you sign my book? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll sign your book. Yeah, obviously. Like, oh, Ivan, did you really write that book on your own? Like, yeah, I did. Holy shit, Ivan, that's a masterpiece, man. That's the best fantasy novel I've read in my life, I know. Are you going to write more books, Ivan? You're such a gifted storyteller. I'm like, no, I'm not, guys. Are you going to adapt the book? I'm like, yes, I will. He's like, yeah, we're starting our own film studio. The interview was, that's trending on X, yeah. We're starting our own film studio. Oh, really? You're starting your own film studio? Yeah, you can adapt the movie? Yeah, we're going to adapt the movie. He's like, yeah, we're going to adapt the movie. No, so who are you thinking for your director? Yeah, I'm thinking Mel Gibson or Peter Jackson. Holy shit. Yeah, Peter Jackson's good. He did Lord of the Rings. Yeah, he did Lord of the Rings, Peter. That's why he's very good. For the movie. I might choose Mel. Mel might be the better guy, right? Yeah, I don't know who I'm going to choose. I talk about Peter more, but I might end up going for Mel. Mel might be the guy, man. You just want to tell me, yeah, I even go for Mel. I think he's better with the movie. Yeah, Mel Gibson might be directing Xanus, obviously. Or Peter. We'll see what happens, obviously, right? Yeah. So Tacitonians is a bit cocky. Yeah, he's a bit cocky, obviously, because he's trained in Zane arts. He thought the bats were ordinary bats. You know the ordinary bats that fly? Yeah, and according to like Tacitonians, these are not ordinary bats. They're big and fierce. They're devils. They can kill even you who's trained in the arts. That's why I said Tass gulped. He's like, oh, come on, we could fight them. And Cassie's like, Tass, listen to them. They might give us some further advice on our journey. Their words might give us some further advice on our journey. I'm now sick, I know. I'm such a good writer with dialogue, I know. My book's sick. It's a sick book, man. Tass, listen to them. Their words might give us some further advice on our journey. Yes, and how many, how many? I'm now sick, I know. My book is sick, man. John, man, is your book sick, man? I know my book is sick, John was saying. Yeah. I can't wait to be part of that movie. I know. It's a kind of sick movie. Better than the Star Wars sequels, right? Yeah. Because Star Wars did John Boyega dirty, man. They built his character in Force Awakens, and in Last Jedi, they pushed him to the side. He went on a useless quest with Rose, finding the Codebreaker, and the Codebreaker ends up betraying them. Obviously, and then they're about to get executed, and then they destroy the ship, and then John Boyega ends up fighting what's his name again? Frogo, whatever his name is. Yeah, the leader. Yeah. They pushed his character to the side in Last Jedi, obviously. That's why he was pissed off, John Boyega, when he made that use, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, John, you don't have to worry about me pushing you aside. You're gonna be the star of my movie. As Tacitonians has a lot of scenes in the movie, right? In the book. In the end war, he fights Bull the Pit Watcher. So John Boyega, you're gonna see him fighting Bull the Pit Watcher, the Devil Wolf. G1-2 fights Morale the General. Yeah, you give them a scene, they fight the wolves, right? And I take on Faful and Eratat in the war. Which John Boyega fights Bull the Pit Watcher, the Devil Wolf, and Cassius, G1-2 fights Morale the General. Evan. That's why my book is sick. Your book is sick. I know my book is sick. John's like, your book's sick, man. I know my book is sick, John. I can't wait to be part of that movie. I know you're looking at a sick movie. Yeah. So you're gonna tell John Boyega, G1-2, and Avanjo you're gonna be the stars? Yeah. When they sign the contracts, I'm like, Avanjo, you're gonna be the star of my movie because Papyri is a supporting lead when you read the book. Tells G1-2 you're gonna be the star of my movie. You're gonna fight Morale the General in the war. You tell John Boyega you're gonna be the star of my movie. You're gonna fight Bull the Pit Watcher in the end war. Even though the main intention is on me fighting Eratat and Faful, you're gonna see John Boyega and G1-2 fighting Bull and Morale the General in the war. They have this epic one-on-one battle with them towards the end of the war, right? Yeah. So yeah, a sick movie, man. Yeah. Yeah. Was the other guys just fight the random wolves? Like Avon Jose doesn't fight any big wolf, but he fights the random wolves. Carl Urban as Cornelius, he'll be fighting the wolves, random wolves. Eli fights the wolves. Maramis fights the wolves. He also fights the crows in the war. He's a badass archer. Yeah, they got a sick movie. Yeah. Oh, I've enjoyed some more. No, I'm not showing more, guys. I almost spoiled for you, man. I'm actually mean it this time. No, I'm not showing you more. I won't spoil story. I already showed you guys enough sections of my book. I don't want to spoil story for you. Your book's so sick, Ivan. I know, but I'm not going to show you anymore. I don't want to spoil story for you, man. So I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. George Zeus would tell me, Ivan, man, you made the right choice not selling to the families, man. You have no idea how rich you and BJ's family are, man. They're the fucking gatekeepers. All the hundreds of trillions in the world goes to them, Ivan. They're fucking rich. They're worth a couple $100 trillion. They probably have like 80, 100, 150 $150 trillion in their bank, Ivan. They would have duped you, man. And now you made your billions off your book. I don't know, my 15 billion bucks. And now you control the Zanes, man. And the money, all the money goes to you. You made the right choice, Ivan. You're brave, man. Nobody will ever fuck with the gates. You're brave. I know I'm brave. You made the right choice not buying to the gates, Ivan. And now the Zane's brand's yours. Now the Zane's brand's mine. They don't touch my money. Yeah. And George Lucas will help me and BJ plan Scott's Entertainment. Oh yeah, Ivan, this is what you have to do. He walks me through everything, yeah. And I'm gonna film a documentary for that. So you guys are gonna see the documentary Planning Scars with George. You're gonna see George helping me plan Scott's Entertainment, yeah. By the time he helps me, he'll be like 90, man. 88, 89, 90. He'll be old. I'm like, George, you still look good for like, I don't know, 90. He's like, thanks, Ivan. Yeah, Ivan, I still take good care of myself. He's older now, George. Yeah, he's old. He's like 90 years old. It's crazy, huh? And back when he did Star Wars, he was my age. He was 33. I'm 33 right now. George Lucas was my age when he did Star Wars. He was a young kid, and now he's like 90. It's crazy how time flies by, huh? Yeah, I was your age, Ivan. I was a bit younger than you when I did Star Wars. Now I'm 90 years old. Yeah, it's crazy. He's like 90 years old now. It's crazy, huh? He was a kid when he directed Star Wars. He was like 33 years old, and now he's like 90. It's crazy. Yeah. 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 Wow, you're fucking cocky. You really think your book is better than the Rings of Game of Thrones and Way of Kings? Well, I showed you guys sections of my book, and be honest, man, what book is more entertaining when you read it? Your book, Ivan. Yeah, my book's more entertaining to read. Yes, my world is more vague. I don't describe what the quarters look like, Eli's quarters look like, what Savage look like. I just say it's a stone terrain city. I focus on the characters, but my stories are more entertaining to read. Yeah, those books have better, richer world building, but I think my world building is more unique. But they have richer world building than my book, obviously. They describe the lands and everything. They go more in depth about describing the lands. They have more beautiful poetic words for the choice of words for the dialogue and when they describe the lands, but the story's not as entertaining. My book is more entertaining than those books, obviously. Yeah. And so when I said all these authors are gonna feel like shit when I release my book, saying I wasn't playing around. My book will be a public embarrassment in the industry. It's an embarrassment because no author kept the reader hooked the way Ivan did. Ivan entertained the shit out of the fans, man. And he wrote the best fantasy novel ever written. I wrote the best fantasy novel ever written. Yeah, man. I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah, man. Yeah. So you do get biblical symbolism in your book. Yeah, well, you have the X of Sapphies. You get some Moses symbolism with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My book has some biblical symbolism when you read it. It's not a Bible story, as you guys read. It's not a Bible story. It's a horror fantasy story. You can get some biblical symbolism with my book, obviously. With Taki, is like Jesus. Papyri, you can get the symbolism of Taki, Jesus' disciple. You also have the X of Sapphies. You get some Moses symbolism with that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, there's some biblical symbolism in my book, but it's not a Bible story. It's a horror epic fantasy adventure, as you guys read. You don't really catch any biblical symbolism when you read my book. It's a horror fantasy novel. You can get some biblical symbolism, a little bit of biblical symbolism when you read it, obviously. Sounds like I've not caught that. Exodus like Moses, yeah, Exodus like Moses, yeah. I am. Are you the son from the north, the son of royal blood? I am. And the crowds is whispering, yeah, he's really the son, the last prince, the son of Takis, the first. I'm now sick. I know. The book is sick. It's a masterpiece. So Eratat's evil, yeah. That's why Cassius tells Eli, he's like Eli, you must forsake this place. Your people cannot stay here. I'm now sick, I know. He's like, yeah, but my this is my home, our sacred traditions. He's like, unless you want your sacred traditions to live on, we need to evacuate the people and quick. Yeah, because Eratat and the wolves are coming. He's like, Eratat will show no mercy. He will kill you. He looks at Lithia, even your own daughter, sir. And Eli wakes Eli up. He's like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Eratat will even kill Lithia. Yeah, he has no mercy for the humans. Yeah. Eratat's a devil. He hates the humans. Yeah, as you saw in Cyrus, they slaughtered the civilians of Cyrus, even the children. They kill the children too. Yeah, the wolves are devils, man. They have no mercy for the humans. Some humans they might capture here and there, but they have no mercy for the humans. They'll kill the humans. They hate the humans. The wolves are devil beings. Oh. Yeah. That's why my book is sick. Your book is sick. I don't know. My book is sick. It's a masterpiece, man. It's a masterpiece. My book. Yeah, man. My book is a masterpiece. Yeah, man. A masterpiece. Yeah. He's Ivan, I love you. I know my book is sick, so you know say it's a sick book. Did you really write that? I'm like, yeah, I did, VJ. I wrote that. But Ivan, your book is fucking entertaining. I know it's a masterpiece, man. I wrote an amazing book. Yeah, man. But you're gonna see VJ in the movie. She's a Southern. She's not a Northern. She's a Southern in the movie, obviously, and she's not the lead of the movie. She's a supporting character. Lithia it has a lot of scenes in the movie, in the book, obviously, but she's a supporting character. She's not the lead. I'll be the lead of the movie. Then John Maega, Avant Joje, and Jiwon Zhu will be like the supporting leads. Well, Volume 3, everyone kind of has an equal amount of scenes, but Volume 1 and 2, Acetonius and Cassius and like Papyri are pretty much the supporting leads, right? And Sirius too, but Papyri has more scenes than Sirius in the book when you read it, right? Yeah. Because I'm looking at a map. Imagine a huge exodus with 5,000 Saphians, and you have a 20,000 army looking like that. Holy shit! I'm looking at a map, man. This is better than my Lord of the Rings. I hope you're. Yeah, I think something like Prince of Egypt, man. It's a deep, powerful story. I know. When they journey through the caverns and the demon bats up there, and he feasts as they came out of the mountains, they're scared with torches. Looking at a masterpiece, I know. This is better than Lord of the Rings. I know, but he's better than Lord of the Rings. Looking at a masterpiece, man. Amazing movie. He said, I enjoyed your book more than Jared Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. And I'll be his Lord of the Rings. Well, I mean, seriously, man, I enjoyed your book more than Jared Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. And I'll be his Lord of the Rings because I'm saying, yeah. Yeah. Because even though Jared Tolkien is a genius, how he created that world blows my mind away. And his book is beautifully written, obviously. It's not as entertaining as my book. My book is better than his. He doesn't have a heavy gift like me, man. He's smarter than me. He created all the language and everything. Deeper world than my book. But my book is still the more entertaining read. It's a better book, man. As you guys read, right? It's more interesting than Lord of the Rings. My book. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, are you bluffing, man? Did you really read what you showed us? Yes, guys, I wrote that. I'm not lying to you guys. I wrote it. But no, did you have any help? No. I had no help. I wrote it on my own, man. Yeah. That's why I've been bragging to you guys for years how my book is the best fantasy novel written, because I knew it was number one when I read it. I knew. Because I read Chronicles of Narnia, I read Lord of the Rings, I read Fellowship of the Ring in grade 5, right? When I was in school, I did a project on the Fellowship of the Ring. I read the book. I read Fellowship of the Ring when I was in grade 5, and I read what, my book. I see the difference. My book's more entertaining than Lord of the Rings. I knew it was the best fantasy novel written when I read it. Because I knew my characters jump on me. That's why I've been telling you guys how my characters jump on the page. They feel real. You guys don't see what I'm saying. It's true. I see just saying, yeah. My characters are amazing in my book. My story is amazing. It's richer than Lord of the Rings. And it's more entertaining read Lord of the Rings. And Game of Thrones, Way of Kings, more entertaining than all those books. And those guys are the best fantasy authors in the business. The late J.R.R. Tolkien is considered the legend. George R. Martin is called the American Tolkien. J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter. Brandon Sanderson wrote Way of Kings and Mistborn. And yet my book is more entertaining than all those books. It's a masterpiece. Come on. Masterpiece, man. Yeah. I fixed a typo, by the way, yesterday. Remember in the scene when I showed you when Tactius, Papyri, and Sirius they meet Eli? He's like, Tactius, I fixed it yesterday on a computer. I changed it to Colonius. Yeah. That was a typo. You guys caught that, but yeah, because Eli doesn't know his name's Tacky. That's why I have to change it. I have to fix that. I fixed it yesterday. I went over that section and I fixed it on my computer, but I have to resave another file on my Hotmail because the file I have on my Hotmail is the one where it says Tackius. I have to resave another file on my Hotmail where I change it to Colonies, right? That's a typo, obviously, right? Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be a public embarrassment. Yeah, it'll be a public embarrassment when I release Xanus, whereby all the authors are gonna feel like shit, obviously, and Xanus will be crowned #1, the best fantasy novel ever written, as you guys read. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's a masterpiece. And all these fantasy authors that release books, when the fans read their books, will be a letdown. Yeah, even though these books are good, they're not Ivan's book, man. Ivan's book, Ivan fucking entertained the shit out of me, man. These authors, they're not entertaining me the way Ivan did. Yeah, the book is so entertaining. It's a masterpiece, man. Those amazing authors have masterpieces too, but they're not like on the level of my book. My book is a fucking masterpiece, man. It's the most entertaining read of your life, man. It's a fucking amazing story, man. Whereby you can get your takeout and binge like a volume every day. You can binge the whole book in one day because it's a page turner. Some fans are going to be so hooked they binge the whole book in one day, like in 8 hours. Bradley Durfee will guarantee binge my whole book in 8 hours. He reads fast. Because my book is so entertaining, he'll constantly be turning the page. He gets his takeout. He gets his beer. Some fans might get beer. I'm gonna get beer when I read my book. I want to read. I already read my book, but when I get my print in the mail, I'm gonna go to the store, get beer. I get takeout and I binge like volume 1 in one day. I binge volume 2. I binge volume 3. I'm like, holy shit, this book is sick. I can't believe I wrote this. It's a masterpiece. Yeah. Vijay might binge my book in one day too. Yeah, I binge your whole book in one day. I was so hooked, and she reads the whole thing in like one day, or she might finish it in 3 days. And when she meets me, she's like, Ivan, did you really write that book on your own? I'm like, yeah, I did. Holy shit, that was a fucking entertaining book, Ivan. That was the best novel I ever read in my life, Ivan. I love the character Lydia, Ivan. I know. I can't wait. I can't wait to play the character Lydia, Ivan. I know she's all excited. Yeah, VJ, think something like Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking something like Lord of the Rings. Yeah, think something like Eowyn and Arwen for Lithia, Belle and Mary for Lord of the Rings, right? They wear clothes like that. Lithia is Eli's spoiled daughter. Looking at a match. He's like, this is Lord of the Rings. Oh, I know, but he's Lord of the Rings. Yeah. 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 Oh, I mean, seriously, how much money did you make? Okay, VJ, I made $50 million on my book. You made $50 million on my guy. I said, holy shit, that's a lot of money. I know. I made $50 million off the book. She's shocked. That's a lot of money, I know. Because VJ doesn't know what it's like to be a multi-billionaire, to have that kind of money, man. Are you going to share that with me? I'm like, yeah, I will. Relax, man. I'm going to share mine with you. Are you going to share mine with me? Yeah, I will, Ivan. Yeah, you love for money. You have to share it with me too, VJ. I saved your fucking ass. You have to share mine with me too. That's how it works. Yeah. We can build our dream home. I know. We can build our like $650 million house with that money, man. Something like Batman, yeah. You know Batman, how he has that like garage? Yeah, we can build an unheard of like $650 million house if I make $50 million. If I make 10, I'll put like $500 million towards a house, which is still fucking high tech, like Incredibles, right? Me and Vij are gonna own a house like Incredibles, man. It's really fucking nice, man. Something really, really high tech. The $600 million house is very high tech, man. That's very, very high tech, man. Really high tech, yeah. What about the Hollywood actors are shocked? Holy shit, I even Vij, this is your house? I'm like, yeah, like holy shit. And I thought I was rich, yeah, they feel like shit. Because me and VJ are gonna own a $100 house, obviously. A nice fucking house. Yeah. 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 I mean, how do you do it, man? How do you make your characters jump on a page and your story so entertaining? It's a gift I have, and I have a gift from the heavens. I don't know how I do it, man. I can't tell you my secret sauce, right? I don't know how I do it. It's just a gift I have. God gave me the gift from the heavens. That's why my book's so on. That's why my story is so unique. My writing is very unique, and my stories are entertaining because I have the gift, obviously. I know how to entertain the fans. These other authors know how to entertain the fans too, but they don't really know how to really entertain the fans the way I do. They don't have the heavenly gift. I told you, guys like Brandon Sanderson, J.K. Rowling, and George R. R. Martin, and Steven Erikson, all those guys, they have help from the best editors in the business who polish up their writing, their book. Whereas I did everything myself, and my book is better than their books. And that's why I told you, all those big book publishing companies like Penguin Random House, Scholastics, Macmillan, and all that stuff, they wish I could sell and work for them, but I'm not going to sell out and have you take all my money. Why the fuck would I sell and traditionally publish when I can self-publish my book on Lulu and make way more money and I control my brand? So your book will be self-published. Yeah, I have to self-publish it. For me to traditionally publish, I have to sell to the gates, man, because traditional publishing, you get the public eye fame. Your book is at bookstores. You get interviewed at all these venues on YouTube and everything. You have to sell for that. I have to sell for that. Whereas self-publishing is my business, and so I'm going to self-publish Xanus on Lulu. It's my own business, obviously. I'm self-publishing Xanus on Lulu, obviously. And you're looking at the best fans novel right when you read it. Looking at masterpiece, man. You know, I'll sell the ebook for $22. So all you guys who don't want to pay $85, who can't afford to pay $85, you can buy the book for $22. Or all the book nerds who want to get the nice print, I'm going to get the print, obviously. You pay your $85 for the print. And you're looking at, it's the best $85 you're going to spend. It's worth it. Because Xanus is the best fans novel written, man. It's the best $85 you're going to spend in your life. Why? That's expensive. Yeah, the reason why it's expensive is because Lulu printing costs are very, very pricey. It'll cost Lulu maybe $35 to print it, to print each book. So if I want to make a nice profit, I have to sell the book for like $85 in order to make a nice profit, obviously. But hence why I have ebook options. That way, all you guys who don't want to pay $85 is too expensive. It's a big cut on your budget. You can just pay your $22 and you read the ebook. You read the book on your laptop, right? That's why ebook is good. It's good to have ebook options. And most people will purchase the ebook because they don't feel like waiting like 2 weeks for the print to arrive in the mail. The only ones who purchase the book are like the rich. Like the Hollywood celebrity, $85 to a Hollywood celebrity is pocket change. That's nothing, obviously. And the book nerds around the world, they like reading books in print. They don't like reading ebooks. Like Brian Lee Durfee will not get the ebook. He doesn't like reading ebooks. He'll get the print for like $85. But it's the best. It's worth it because my book is the best fans novel written, man. It's the best $85 you're going to spend in your life. Xanus is a fucking masterpiece. And if you don't want to pay the $85, just pay the cheap $22. You can read the book on your laptop. Looking at the best reading experience of your life. Yeah, you get your takeout. You purchase the ebook. You read it on your laptop. Holy shit, this book is sick. You read the prologue. This is fucking sick. And you order your takeout. You get your popcorn. You get your beer. And you binge the book, man. In like 1 day, 2-3 days, you binge the book. Looking at a masterpiece, man. Yeah, man. My book is sick. You guys now believe me, my book is a masterpiece. I believe you. Your book is fucking entertaining. Yeah, my whole book is like that, man. It's constant entertainment. I'm not lying to you guys. I'm not lying. Every time I show you stuff, you're always hooked, right? Yeah, I'm not lying to you guys, man. My whole book is constant entertainment. It's a masterpiece, man. It's an amazing book, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but what about the foreign people? I'm sorry, I can't afford to translate my book in many languages. I don't have that kind of money. My book is only in English, and so people around the world who don't speak English, I'm sorry, you won't be able to read my book. It's out of my hands. Like, I control it. Obviously, if you just like, yeah, Ivan, it's not our problem. Yeah, it's not our problem. The majority of the world don't speak English. The people who don't speak English will not buy my book. They don't understand the book. It's not my problem. Whereas the English speaking world, they can buy my book, obviously. So the Xanus book is only for the English speaking world because I can't afford to translate my book in like 200 languages. I don't have that kind of money, man. That's why I will make my 10, 15 to 20 billion. There's only 1.35 billion English speaking people in the world. Most of that is kids, so it narrows it down to maybe 700, 800, 900, a billion copies sold. I make my 10, my 15, 20 billion dollars. I think maybe 15 billion I make. 10 to 15 billion, 15 billion bucks I make off the book around there. Yeah. And the Gates want to take that money when all the trillions in the world goes to them because they're fucking greedy pigs. No, man. Zero. The $15 billion off the book, it's for me and BJ. It's not for you. You're not touching my $50 billion, man. You have your trillions around the world. These billions off the books for me and BJ. It's not for you. You're just a greedy pig. Yeah. Greedy psychopaths, man. You have all that money. You also want to control my fucking book, man. When you didn't even write it, man. No, man. I'm not going to let you take control of my blood, sweat, and tears. No way. Because the gatekeepers, Ivan, are what? They're repit people. God gave you the keys, Ivan. You don't have to sell the gates. They're going to destroy your life and steal all your money and give you BJ the peanuts, man. You won't even let BJ be worth $100 million. You think I'm stupid? You have an envy. They're greedy pigs, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. So Cassius in that scene, he cared about the Saladins. Well, because Tactius said it's an order, he had to listen to him. He's like, as you say, Your Highness. Why? We can't, yeah, he had to obey Tactius, obviously, because Tactius is the prince. That's why he said, Eli, you must forsake this place. Your people cannot stay here. I'm now sick, I know, because he knew the wolves were coming, obviously. And they had a panic, like, what the fuck? Every time the wolves are coming here. And Cornelius is like, I don't want to die. I'm terrified. Yeah, they were a bit scared, obviously, because the demon wolves are coming to Saphius. That's why they had to and they're okay, how the heck are we supposed to escape Eretat if there's only one way to the north? And Eli and them are like, no, there is another passage to the north through the mountains of Gaze, but we cannot guarantee a safe pass. It's not a safe pass because you have the demon bats who live in the caverns, and he feasts the king by the mountains like more. And that's looking at a sick story that I wrote, a masterpiece that I wrote. Yeah. You see what I mean with Volume 3, right? That's why Volume 3 is my favorite. You can argue Volume 2 is better. It just depends on how the art hits you, obviously, but I like Volume 3 the best. Yeah. Yeah. Sincere? And that leads to the hostile crowd, yes. That scene that you guys read, that leads to, there's something that happens after that. I won't spoil story, but then after that scene, you have the hostile crowd in the stadium, and I showed you guys a bit of that. I remember this man, yeah, that leads to that scene. That's why my book is constant entertainment. So you have that scene that's already entertaining. You have the can't sleep scene that's already entertaining. You have another entertaining scene after that. And you have the hostile crowd that's also entertaining. And you have the end of Volume 2 with the X's, that's also entertaining too. That's why my book is a masterpiece, man. It's constant entertainment. It's amazing. It's an amazing book, man. It's a fucking masterpiece of my book, man. That's why the gates will enjoy bad. You know you wrote a masterpiece. But zero, that money's for me and BJ, it's not for you. Yeah. I don't know, the 15 billion bucks off the book is me and VJ's money, it's not yours. You're just a greedy pig, man. All the trillions in the world goes to you and you want to take my money, man. No fucking way, man. Zero, the money's for me and VJ, it's not for you. I'm gonna be strict with the gates, man. God gave you the keys, Ivan. Now we don't have to sell the gates. You know how the gates do, man. They have all those trillions in their bank. They're never gonna let you be a billionaire. This money off the book is yours. The Xanus man's yours, Ivan. You wrote it, and you have the keys. You don't have to sell the gates. Hence why I'm not selling. The money off the book's for me, BJ. It's not for you. I'm not gonna have you destroy my life and share with the world. Are you crazy? I don't want to share with the world. Yeah, man. I don't want to be a dirty slave for the rest of my life, fucking people every day. Are you crazy, man? I want my freedom of my life. I don't want to share with the fucking world and have you steal my money. No way. And get a garbage wife? No way, man. No fucking way. Some sign? Yeah. I guarantee you, all you Darcy guys who I went to school with, holy shit, Ivan, you're fucking gifted, man. Your book is sick. I know my book is sick. I didn't know you were that gifted. Yeah, I have the heavenly gift. I guarantee you, all the English teachers who taught me English are shocked. Holy shit, Ivan, you are a gifted storyteller. There's something about your writing that's unique, I know. You guys probably thought I wasn't this gifted, huh? I'm talking to you, world, right? You guys probably thought my book wasn't as good. Yeah, Ivan might be biased. Maybe his book's not that good. And I showed you sections of my book. You're all like, holy shit, man. Ivan's book is fucking sick. I know, it's a masterpiece, man. It's an amazing book. A masterpiece. That's why I made that video, the difference between a great storyteller and a great writer. There's a lot of English students who are much smarter than me. They know how to pen down beautiful English words, but they write a book, their book is boring. They don't know how to entertain fans, right? I may not have the most beautiful, my writing is beautiful too, as you guys, but I have some beautiful words for dialogue and everything too, but it's not on the same level as guys like Tolkien, Brandon Sanderson, and George R. R. Martin. They have much deeper choices of words in their novels. You know what I'm saying? But their novels not as entertaining as mine because they don't have the heavenly gift that I have. They have the earthly gift, they don't have the heavenly gift. That's why my book is very unique. My story is very unique, and my book's so entertaining. It's so fresh and entertaining when you read it. It's a masterpiece. Yeah, man. It's a masterpiece, yeah, man. Alright, man, you're fucking cocky, man. You really think your book is better than Jared Tolkien's Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones? Well, I showed you guys sneak peeks of my book. And be honest, man, all you guys who read Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings, like what, and The Last Hope For Xanus, what I showed you, what story stands out of those three? Is Last Hope For Xanus, Lord of the Rings, or Game of Thrones? Last Hope For Xanus. Yeah, Last Hope For Xanus is a more entertaining read, man. Hence why I've been bragging to you guys for years. My book is better than Lord of the Rings because I knew it was better. I read Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is a masterpiece, but it's a bit boring. It's a bit dry. My book is not dry. It's fresh and entertaining. It's a bit more raw because I had no editors polish up my writing, but it's still a more entertaining book than Lord of the Rings. Because some criticism of my book from the fans will be like, yeah, Ivan's book was a bit raw in some of his dog. As you guys caught off. You saw my dog is a bit stiff, it's a bit raw. Like when Cornelia said like I'm terrified, that's a bit raw, a little bit raw, but it's still entertaining. It's still more entertaining than the other books that you read, right? My book's a masterpiece. Yeah. 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 Know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, Xanus is a book worth blaze, man. I told you, I didn't just write something shitty book to make money. I wrote a masterpiece, man. Xanus is a $1 billion story. If I wasn't Son of God and I wrote this, I'd be the most famous author in the world, and Xanus would be Harry Potter. A story like Xanus, the word of mouth of that would spread around the world. It's a fucking masterpiece, man. Yeah, man, my book. Amazing story. Yeah. 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 I don't know, you bluff, man. Is your whole book like anything like that? Yes, guys. I'm not lying to you guys. My whole book is like that. Every time I show you a section of my book, you're always hooked, right? Yeah. My whole book is constant entertainment. It's a masterpiece, man. It's an amazing book. Some sections are not as interesting as others, obviously, but it's still entertaining enough to keep you turning the page. There's not one boring chapter in my book, man. All my chapters are entertaining chapters. There's not one boring chapter in my book. They're all entertaining chapters, yeah. You'll see I mean when you read my book. I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah. 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 Ivan, do some of the civilians die? The Safians die when they enter the caverns. I almost pulled a sword for you. See how many read the book. Oh, see, that's why my book's a masterpiece. I wrote a masterpiece, Captain. I almost pulled a sword for you, man. You see how many read my book. So Ivan, that scene that you show us, that's the Exodus of Sapphires. That's the last chapter in volume 2. You can argue that chapter is the best, or you can argue Takis or Colonias. That's also sick too. The scene when Lithia was talking to Bella, I showed you guys 2 days ago, that's that chapter. Father, what's wrong? That's that chapter. The Wolf and Drank, that's the Exodus of Sapphires. Can't Sleep, Cassius, that's the Exodus of Sapphires. He misjudged my horse, that's the Lithia chapter. You can argue the Lithia chapter is the best, you can argue Exodus of Sapphires is the best, you can also argue Takis or Colonias is the best. That's a very entertaining chapter. But that chapter is very short. It's not that long. But that chapter is arguably the best one in volume 2. It just depends how hard it hits you. But my personal favorite is probably Exodus of Sapphires. Because that whole thing when it Exodus of Sapphires is the best. But you can also argue the Lithia chapter is better. You can also argue Takis or Colonias is better. Whereas Land and Chaos and the Capture chapter that I showed you guys, those are the worst chapters. But some people might like the Land and Chaos the best too because it's politics. But that's probably my least favorite chapter in volume 2 because it's just politics, right? And Xanus and Barak and all that stuff. But it just depends how hard it hits you. And the Capture chapter, when you said the Horde Valley is here, I can feel as dark as their enemy. That's that chapter, obviously. That's a very entertaining chapter too, but that's one of the worst ones. That chapter is also pretty short too. The Capture chapter is a pretty short chapter. It's not that long. Land and Chaos is my second longest chapter. Or the Lithia chapter is the second longest one. Lithia chapter is pretty long. Land and Chaos is a pretty long chapter. Exodus of Sapphires is a long chapter. That's my longest one. When I wrote on my notebook, that was like 100 plus pages. That's a long chapter, that chapter. And volume 3, all my chapters are very, very long. I wrote like 100 plus pages of my book for each of those chapters. Like 110, 120, 130, 150. Yeah. The longest chapter of my book, I think, is Warren Becoming King. Warren Becoming King, I wrote like 160 pages on my notebook for that one chapter. So volume 3 is the longest. It's very long. But I told you, because my book is entertaining, it will fly by. Like, you just keep turning the page. Before you know it, you're done. You're done. Unexpected Journey, and you move on to Secret Council, Surprising Arrival. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ivan, why is it called Secret Council, Surprising Arrival? Well, see, when you read the book, I don't want to spoil the story for you, man. I don't want to spoil the story for you. Yeah. 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 All right, your book is sick. I know. It looks a masterpiece, man. It's a masterpiece, my book, man. Amazing story. That's why the gates won't control my brand. You know, I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah, I wrote a masterpiece. His book will be #1. It's going to be so popular. It's going to be beloved by the fans, man. Yeah, the whole world's going to love his book, man. Yeah. You guys are going to love my book, man. I wrote some masterpiece, man. More popular book series than Harry Potter, right? Yeah. More popular book series than Harry Potter, my book. Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, what did tactics mean by the will cannot be fulfilled? Well, I don't want to spoil the story. You'll see what I mean when you read Volume 3. That's why I didn't show you Volume 3. Because that's when I answer all the questions, right? Because you guys are probably wondering, what the fuck are those faces in the sky that Ivan's talking about? When you read Volume 3, it all makes sense. That's why I wrote a masterpiece, yeah. So your book does have a bit of religion, yeah, because there is a bit of religion in it, because you have the ancestors, and you have Tactius praying in Volume 3. He prays, like Jesus prays, right? Well, it's not really like Jesus, but he prays in Volume 3. He's a matured man, he prays. That's why I wrote a masterpiece. My book is sick. Obviously. There's a little bit of religion in my book when you read it, but it's not in your face like religion, but like Tactius prays in what? In Volume 3, I don't want to spoil the story for you, obviously. He's a changed, matured man. I don't want to spoil the story for you. You'll see when you read the book. That's why I wrote a masterpiece. My book is sick. Yeah. Yeah, there's something about Ivan's book that's unique. It's not normal. Like his story is very unique. His characters jump on a page. It's so fucking entertaining, man. I read these other books, they feel normal. Yeah, my book is a unique story. It's special, man. It's a fucking masterpiece. Yeah, man. It's a masterpiece, my book. Yeah. Will there be some fans who like your Lord of the Rings better? Yeah, some fans might like Lord of the Rings, Way of Kings, and Game of Thrones better. But be honest, man. Like, what story entertained you more? Yeah, Ivan, your books are entertaining. Yeah, my books more entertaining. But they might hate on me because yeah, Ivan's books are a bit raw. I like Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones better. Yeah, it may be a bit raw, but like I entertained you more than these other authors, right? But I told you, art hits everyone different ways. There's some people who might like Lord of the Rings better. I highly doubt it because Lord of the Rings is a bit boring when you read it. They might like Game of Thrones. They might like Way of Kings, Will of Time better. Daniel Green might like Will of Time better than my book. Will of Time is Daniel Green's favorite novel, fantasy series. He might like Will of Time better. I highly doubt it. My book's more entertaining read. Riley Durfee might like Sword of Shannara and Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings better than my book. It just depends how the art hits you, obviously. But I highly doubt it, though. My book, I showed you guys a section of my book. There's something about my book that's more entertaining than these other books, man. It's a fucking masterpiece, man. It's very, very entertaining. You're on the edge of your seat when you read it, man. You're constantly hooked reading it. It's a fucking masterpiece, yeah, man. Yeah, it's a masterpiece. Yeah, man, it's a masterpiece, man. I'm done. Yeah. My book's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece, my book. Yeah, man. It's a masterpiece. And now you guys understand why when I say it will be the best fantasy trilogy ever made, best movie ever made, you guys don't see what I'm saying, yeah, Ivan. If you adapt that kind of story looking at the best movie ever made, yeah, the best movie ever made looking at a masterpiece. Yeah, man. Some center? Yeah, I thought you were gifted, but I didn't know you were this gifted. Yeah, I guarantee you when I told you guys I was an amazing sort that you guys probably thought I'm biased. Like maybe Ivan's not that good of a writer because his English is not the greatest. Like when you see me, when you compare my speaking to VJ's, VJ has VJ has obviously better knowledge of the English literature. Because Victoria Justice, when she speaks, she sounds more professional than me. Whereas when I speak, I'm a bit sloppy. My English words are not the best. Hence why you guys probably thought I wasn't that good of a storyteller. And I showed you sections of my book, you're like, holy shit. Ivan is gifted, man. His book is fucking sick. I know it's a masterpiece for my book, man. It's an amazing story. Yeah. Yeah, and I thought you were good, but I didn't know you were that good. Yeah, I know. When I told you I was gifted, I wasn't joking, man. I have the gift from the heavens. I'm a very gifted storyteller. VJ obviously has a gift too, like me. We're both God. God gave us both the gifts because He knew the gatekeeper was locking doors. That's why God had to give me the gift. I didn't know I had the gift until I started reading sections of my book. Remember when I made my video? I'm currently writing a novel. I didn't know I was gifted back then. I knew I was creative as in that video where I made like 10 years ago when I was like 23. Man, time flies by fast. That was 10 years ago, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm very creative. I can write an amazing story and all that stuff. But I didn't really know I was that gifted back then until I started reading more sections of my book. Back then, I was like on chapter 4, I think. Chapter 4, chapter 5. I was in the Tachy's or Colonius chapter at the time, yeah. All right, at the time, I just finished the Lithia chapter, I think, 10 years ago. Yeah, I said how I'm very creative and everything, yeah. Alright, I remember that video. Yeah, I made that video 10 years ago when I was 23. I said how I'm very creative. You guys probably didn't believe me, and then you read sections of my book, you're like, holy shit, this book is fucking entertaining. That's a fucking amazing story. That's a masterpiece, my book, man. Masterpiece. Yeah. Yeah. Imagine you have a scene we meet with Eli and all them in his quarters, and we discuss how we escape from Eratat's grasp and evacuate the people, and Eratat's even wolves are approaching. Looking at our masters, man. Please, I'm looking at our master, man. This is better than Mother of the Rings. I know it was better than the Rings. Why, man? This is better than Mother of the Rings. Oh, he's better than the Rings, Peter. It's a masterpiece, my book, man. Yeah. You have an Exodus like Prince of Egypt, man. But yeah, sick movie. Yeah, masterpiece. Yeah. 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 Your book is sick. I know my book's a masterpiece, man. It's a fucking masterpiece, my book. It's a masterpiece. Yeah, man. My book is a masterpiece. He's Ivan. I love your book. I know my book is sick, but I'm saying, yeah, it's a sick book, VJ. No. It's a sick book. Yeah. So what will Zane's be like? Zane's will be like Lord of the Rings, right? It's a fantasy world like Lord of the Rings. Is it like Game of Thrones? No. Game of Thrones, even though it's fantasy, it feels more medieval. My movie will not feel medieval. You get that Lord of the Rings fantasy feel. So the best example Zane's would be like Lord of the Rings, but it's a different world than Lord of the Rings. It's not going to look like the Lord of the Rings world. It's going to look something like those other pictures I showed you. But it's a fantasy movie like Lord of the Rings. Purely, yeah, I mean, Zane's will be like my Lord of the Rings. It's a fantasy world Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's a fantasy world Lord of the Rings. You're looking at a masterpiece, an amazing movie. Yeah. Yeah. Masterpiece, man. You're crazy. You think Zane's will be better than The Godfather, Star Wars Originals, and Lord of the Rings. Well, I showed you guys sections of my book, and now you guys see what I'm saying is true, right? If you apply those scenes to the movie, looking at a masterpiece, man. You have the prince from the Holy North. He comes to the Curacao. He takes on a fake identity. They throw him in a dungeon. They don't believe he's the Prince of Xanus. In the movie I'm gonna have, they put Takis on trial with Papyri and Sirius. He's guilty, and they seize him and throw him in a dungeon. You have the captured scene. You have the politics in Xanus. You have the wolf scenes. You have the X of Savage. You have the battle in the caverns with the bats. You're looking at a masterpiece, man. You're looking at the best movies ever made. It'll beat out The Godfather. It'll beat out. George Lucas going to tell me, yeah, Ivan, your story is better than my Star Wars originals. Yeah, the Xanus story is even better than George Lucas' Star Wars originals. And the Star Wars originals are masterpieces, man. Well, the first two movies. The third movie I didn't like. Return of the Jedi is a crapshoot. I didn't like Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi is not that good, right? I don't like Return of the Jedi. Like, I like Revenge of the Sith more than Return of the Jedi, right? Yeah. And I kind of like Star Wars more than Empire, to be honest. I like A New Hope more than Empire for some reason, because I like the whole thing how Luke doesn't know you know what I'm saying? I kind of like A New Hope more than Empire, but you can argue Empire is better, but I kind of like A New Hope. My favorite Star Wars movies are Revenge of the Sith and Star Wars or A New Hope. Then third is Empire for me. And then fourth probably Phantom Menace. Then fifth maybe Rogue One. Sixth Force Awakens. Attack of the Clones is pretty bad. Attack of the Clones was not that good, obviously. That was a crapshoot. But Phantom Menace I like quite a bit. Revenge of the Sith, I think that's a masterpiece. But Attack of the Clones I didn't like that much. That's not that good, obviously, right? George, Ivan, like, your story is better than my Star Wars originals. I know, it's better than your Star Wars originals, George. It's a masterpiece, man. It's a more powerful story than the Star Wars originals. It's a masterpiece, my story. Ivan, you're adapting your book. I'm like, yeah, George. Holy shit, looking at an amazing movie for that, Ivan, I know. Ivan, you don't have to make it rated R. You can make it PG-13. You don't have to make it rated R. That's a bit wacky, Ivan. I'm like, no, George. I want everything to be devils. I want to tell a powerful story. Yes, if it's PG-13, Xanus will still be a masterpiece, but it won't be as powerful of a story. Like, Takis is an agony for a wolf. That's not that scary. Yes, Eretat will be very formidable. You'll still feel for me and the actors. But if you have Eretat be a devil, and he feasts to be a devil, you're going to feel more for the actors. And it creates a more powerful story. Because in the book, they call Eretat the Devil Wolf King. They call Ephesus the Devil King bound in the mountains. They're devils. They call the wolves devils. As you read that passage, right? These are no ordinary bats, Tacitonians. They're big and fierce. They can kill even you, one who's trained the arts. They are devils. They call them devils in the book. That's why I want them to be devils. I don't want them to be PG-13 wolves, I'm sorry. Yeah. That's something else. You're just saying, Ivan, yeah. So Tacitonius was cocky. Yeah, he was cocky, obviously. He's like, yeah, we can take these bats because Tacitonius thought they were like regular bats. And then Cornelius or Eli, they tell him, these are no ordinary bats, Tacitonius. They're big and fierce. They can kill even you who's trained the arts. They are devils. He's like, oh, come on, we can fight them. And Cassie's like, Tass. He's like, listen to them. The words might, I'm now sick. I'm like, yeah, I know. Tass, listen to them. The words might bring some further advice on our journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm now sick, I know. Like, your book is so sick. I know, my book is a masterpiece, man. It's an amazing book, man. Yeah, Ivan, you are good at writing dialogue. Yes, I am. Some of my dialogue is a bit raw, obviously, as you guys caught. When Cornelius said, like, we're going to die, I'm terrified. That's a little raw, but it's still sick, obviously. I know how to write good old English for a fantasy world, too, as you guys caught in my writing. Oh, Ivan, your writing is very polished. It's very good. Yeah, my book's a masterpiece. Amen. Well, Ivan, show us more. No, I'm not showing more. I don't want to spoil the story for you, man. You'll see what happens when you read my book. When you purchase my book, I don't want to spoil the story for you, Samsara. Yeah. Yeah. Why will your print edition be nice? Yeah, I showed you the Lord of the Rings thing on Amazon. Yeah, something like that. It's like a big red book. You have the inscriptions on it. My idea is I'm gonna tell the cover designer, obviously. I want gold inscriptions. I might even have a clipper on my book, like a nice beautiful print edition. You have these trees, you have trees on top. The trees on top look nice and beautiful, and the ones in the bottom look cursed, which represents my wobbling, obviously, and it says The Last Hope For Xanus by Ivan O'Mara, edited by whoever edits my book, and you're looking at a beautiful print edition. That's why I'm gonna buy the print. I'm not gonna read my book on an ebook. I'm gonna buy the print and read it on my print, obviously. Yeah. Well, most people buy the ebook or the print. The ebook, because the ebook is cheaper, and the fans around the world want to read my book right away. They don't want to wait 2.5 weeks for the book to arrive in the mail. You have to avoid spoilers. Yeah, I want to read Ivan's book right now. They purchase the ebook and they read it right away. The only people who purchase the print are like some of the rich, obviously, and the book nerds. The people around the world who love reading books, they love having print book collections. They're gonna purchase the print. Whereas the majority of the world will buy the ebook because the ebook is $22. It's cheap. You purchase it, you download the PDF file, you read it on your laptop, right? And if you want to get takeout, it's easier. It's easier reading your book with takeout when you read it on your laptop. Was when you read it with your print. When you eat your food, it's a bit more tough for you, right? You're eating and you have to, like, you know what I'm saying, yeah. Obviously, are you gonna get takeout when you read your book? Yeah, I will. I already read my book many times. When my book gets released, I'm gonna get takeout. Yeah. I'm like, holy shit, my book arrived in the mail. I get my book, and I order, like, I get beer, and I order food. I don't know, I might get maybe, I don't know, maybe some Wendy's or something like that, Burger King, and I eat my food, and I go, holy shit, my book is sick. I binged my whole book like in 3 days. I'm like, I can't believe I wrote this, man. This book is fucking sick, yeah. And you're looking at crazy worldwide buzz around the world, man, when I release my book. Everyone's like, holy shit, did you read Ivan's book, man? The Last Hope For Xanus is a fucking masterpiece, man. Like, holy shit, that's the best fantasy I've ever read in my life. I know, it's a masterpiece. Crazy worldwide buzz, man. Yeah. You think VJ will buy the print or the ebook? VJ will buy the ebook. She doesn't feel like waiting 2.5 weeks for the book to come in the mail. She'll purchase the ebook. VJ's like, yeah, Ivan, I purchased your ebook. Yeah, your book is fucking sick, Ivan. Did you really write that? I'm like, yeah, I did. She's like, holy shit, Ivan, that's a masterpiece. She reads my book. She's like, holy shit, Ivan. I love the whole thing with the Northerns and the Southerns, Ivan. Lithia's a Southern. Oh, yeah. She's Eli's spoiled rich daughter. Yeah, Eli's spoiled rich daughter, obviously. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's why my book will be a masterpiece. That's fast overwritten. Yeah, man. A masterpiece. Yeah, man. A masterpiece, my book. So Eli didn't want to leave. No, when you read that passage, he's like, this is my home. This is our home. Like, our sacred traditions are here. And Cassius tells him, look, man, if you want your sacred traditions to live on, you gotta get the fuck out of here. The wolves are on their way here. The Eratat will show no mercy. He will kill you, even your own daughter, sir. And when he said that, that woke his eyes up. He's like, oh shit, man, we have to leave. Yeah, they gotta get the fuck out of there. Obviously. And that leads to the Axe of Sapiens, and they journey through the cursed mountains of Gileas, and they journey through the cavern like Moria, and the demon bats live there. Looking at a masterpiece, man. Yeah, amazing book. Uh, I really think people will tell you your book, your movie, Last Hope For Xanus will be better than Lord of the Rings. Yeah, he will. He's not stupid. Like, yeah, I mean, even Lord of the Rings is a masterpiece, man. It's not on the same level as your book, man. Your book is like a masterpiece, man. Like, it doesn't get any deeper than that. Yeah. Ivan, how the heck did you come up with this story, man? This is a fucking masterpiece, man. Like, I can never write a book like that, Ivan. I know, Peter, I'm gifted. I have to have to give. Yeah, this is better than my Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it'll be a better movie choice Lord of the Rings, man. You have a huge exodus with 5,000 people, like Prince of Egypt. They journey through the mountains or in the caverns, the demons are there. It's a fucking powerful story. You have Eretan and his 20,000 army marching. You have the light behind the walls. You have the capture scene. You have the politics. Packers being thrown in a dungeon. Like, so much entertainment. Looking at the best movie choices ever made, man. You guys will see what I mean when you read my book. And you guys already read sections of my book. I think you guys don't understand why I'm. When I say that movie will be the best movie choices ever made, it'll be the best movie choices ever made. I'm saying this is the best fantasy novel written, man. Yeah, man. You'll see what I mean when you read it. Anyways, guys, I talked for an hour and 35 minutes, about an hour and 35 minutes. That's good enough. I hope you guys enjoyed this show. Stay tuned. I'll make a video tomorrow after my show over 40, or I might make another video tonight in the afternoon. I highly doubt, though. This is Admiral. I'm signing out. Peace. Hope you guys enjoyed this show I made for you. Peace out, guys. Don't hate me. I'm saying peace.